thank you. I appreciate you again having me on the stage and then be able to express some of my opinions. I would like to answer some of the questions. And really quick, I know I'm not a state candidate, but why not? I mean, just prove that you were born in this country. I mean, that's not a problem. I wasn't born in this country, and if I would never even dream to run for president, but why not? Just show the birth certificate. It shouldn't be that difficult. And you show it, every state decides, and you move forward. At the end of the day, in my race, I'm running against a liberal Democrat, more liberal than Debbie Wasserman Schultz. You know, and I tell people, because I'm speaking to a lot of Democrats, because they need to vote for me in order for us to win. At the end of the day, if they choose Ted Deutsch, nothing's going to happen the next day. The same policies that he supported, 95% with Obama, the same liberal tendencies, the same more government, more spending, that's not going to change. You choose Cesar Henao, you're sending a message to Washington. You're sending a real message saying we want real change because we're tired of the entitlement congressman, we're tired of the cookie cutter lawyer politicians that are in Washington that have gotten us into this mess. And that's the difference. People will choose Ted Deutsch, nothing will happen. And he said it last week. We had a meeting, he said, it's a do-nothing Congress. He said it to me. I said, well, you're part of that do-nothing Congress because you're a do-nothing congressman. And unfortunately, because I'm overwhelmed, he didn't like that a little bit too much, but that's the reality. People are tired of the establishment politicians. People are tired of these Democrats, and I'm putting up a fight. I just need you to tell your friends that there's a difference. There's a guy out there that cares for this country more than anyone here can understand. I love this country. I'm so happy to be an American citizen. I will fight till I'm dead to protect the traditional values of the United States of America. And I thank you very much for supporting me.
Thank you again for having us here this evening. I thoroughly enjoyed the time that we spent together. We spoke a little bit about my opponent, Mark Pafford, and one thing that people say about the two of us is that we're both nice people. We're both cordial people, but that's about where our similarities end. Some of the things that were read about my opponent, his grades, AIF, F score, the Florida Chamber of Commerce, F score. He has been one of the most anti-business legislators in the legislature in the last few years. It seemed like every vote that he had was against business. And when you look at the polls that come out now, and you listen to the pundits that are out there, and as I spend time in the community talking to small business people, to families, to moms and dads, when I talk to those people, everybody agrees that this election is about one thing and one thing only, and that's about jobs and the economy. This election is about jobs, 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 and that's about it. So a lot of times people say, well, what are you going to do when you get to Tallahassee? Well, the things that I want to do is I want to focus on business. I want to cut regulation. I want to lower taxes on small businesses. I want to do all that I can do to make Florida the business capital of the country. I want to make the Sunshine State for business. I want businesses to come here. I want them to be attracted here. And again, I want to talk about the circle. It involves education as well. We need to improve our education system so businesses are attracted by the perfect education, or by the fine education system that we have, and more business will come, and our education system will be turning out young entrepreneurs of tomorrow, and they'll be able to get jobs, and we'll have the jobs here for them once they graduate. So again, thanks for having us. I hope that you'll vote for me, and have a good night.
Thank you.
I want to thank everyone again for having us up here, having us be able to speak to you. Really means a lot to me that I get to talk to the Tea Party. You know, I was at a forum a little while ago, a couple weeks ago, and me and there was only one other Republican on the stage, and the rest of them were Democrats. One of them was Mark Pafford, actually. And I get to listen to them talk, and they fielded questions from the audience and things, and it was basically, for every answer of what our problems was, the answer was, oh, well, let's just spend more money. It was really like that. It was like, oh, well, we have an education crisis in this state. And one person would stand up and say, well, we need more money for education. And then every other person on the stage would say, yeah, more money for education. That's what we want. And it was like, okay. And it goes, we have the next question was, oh, we have an infrastructure problem in the state. And the same people, oh, more money for infrastructure. That's what we need, more money, more money, more money. For every single question, it was healthcare, infrastructure, everything. It It was more money, more money, more money was the answer to solve all the problems. Then when they were asked about small business and what they would do for small business and how they'd help them, if they would lower the tax rates or get rid of regulation, the answer was no, can't do that. Can't help small business, can't lower the regulations. We need the money. We need more money for all these other programs. And my answer to them was, what about all the money we already have? And what about helping all the small businesses and the people who need jobs so that they can actually earn money and then put more money into the economy? And then maybe we might have more money in the economy for all the things that we need more money for. And that answer didn't go over well with a lot of the people, a lot of the Democrats in the audience and the people who are more liberal, because they just want to hear that there's a silver bullet. And it's just, we just fire a silver bullet and everyone gets more money. And where we're going to get that money from is every corporation, every company, and every small business owner in the entire state. Because they have all the money, let's just take it from all them. And I know I only have like 30 seconds left, but in this election, we have a lot bigger things to worry about than just whether we're going to get our economy out. That's a huge one. But we have a fundamental decision to make in November on where this country is going. Whether the country that we grew up in, the country that your kids are growing up in, is going to be the same. And whether the state of Florida is going to be there as a bulwark against what's going to happen. So we need to all stand up. And we need to fight for this country that we have right now. And we need to make it better. And we need to fight for our state. And if I get elected to the Florida legislation, that's what's on my mind. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be like my opponent who's sitting there and he's only waiting for the 50% of Democrats that happen to be in the district to vote for him. We need someone who's going to stand there and fight every single day for us. So thank you. I really appreciate it. Sorry I went over the time.
We'll be waiting the final word as always. Melanie?
Thank you again for this opportunity. It's always great to be up here with these great candidates. We've been seeing each other pretty often in candidate forums, and James is referring to the candidate forum with the League of Women Voters where several of us, including yours truly, got booed and hissed on stage because they do, and I wear that with a little badge of honor, I must admit, because they do. It's everything is about money. Up until this point in my campaign with Joe Bruzzo, in several forums that I've gone into his territory and sat in a room with people that boo and hiss at me, he has told people that we're the same. We're the same. We're the same. I'm a business-friendly guy. We're the same. Until last Sunday, when he finally came out and said that he was against our governor, he was against business, he was for Obamacare, he is pro-abortion, he is all about money, money, money. And it was about time that he actually got real with the public about who he really is. Because this is a guy that has tons of endorsements that conflict with each other. He's got the SIEIU and the Florida Chamber. He earned an F on his scorecard with the Florida Chamber and they still endorsed him. Doesn't that make you wonder, what does he have that he's strong-holding these organizations with? This is a dangerous person. We don't need this person representing us. This is my hometown. We have 1 point higher unemployment rate in this county than we do in our whole state. We're at 10%, people. We have 1 in every 352 homes in our county is in foreclosure, and our home vacancy rate here is second only to Detroit. Joe's been our state representative here for 4 years. His plans, when he gets elected, if he gets elected in the state senate, his plans, his bills that he's got drafted, ready to pass, is to ban texting and driving and a PETA-backed animal welfare bill. That's where his priorities are. I'm telling you that my priority is jobs, education, forwarding this economy. We're going to deal with our diverse situation here in Palm Beach County. We've got a huge county. We've got a lot of different problems. We need somebody who understands how to represent each corner of this county. That's me. I'm asking for your vote. I appreciate your support. Everybody has been so great to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Melanie. Thank you all. I can't believe you guys did a great job. I appreciate you being here and taking the time. I guess I'm going to turn the